Last time, on the Titans of Alterra.
For the most part, the Four Kingdoms have split into two alliances, and this is now the host of the resistance against the White Order and the dwarves who have taken over Alestria.
Relnor Windhelm.
Hello.
It's been a long time since you were a mere officer on my ship.
Yeah, it's been a while.
I do wish you would assert me as the true High Captain.
I mean, we seem to be doing fine for ourselves right now.
We are maintaining at best at this point. But you know as well as I that without unity, this alliance will not last.
I agree, but I also trust Harris, and you should as well.
Relnor, and she kind of puts a hand on your arm as you guys are walking. You're a good lad. I respect your loyalty to a man who is more or less your father. But I beg you to remember, leadership is gained through action.
All right, I open the door.
The door opens.
Wow, here we are. Hey, Joan.
Yes.
This is where Penny's from.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Titans of Alterra Season 2, an actual play podcast for gamers of all ages. I'm your host and Dungeon Master Joshua. Going around the table, we have
Joan.
Delphin.
Winnie.
Relnor.
All right, everybody's here, and we're going to jump right into it. Relnor, Dalphin, you guys are accompanying a shaky guard down this platform that's moving rather quickly, but then it rests at another large platform that with a couple different, things on it.
Sure. I'll jump on the things.
You don't have to jump on the things.
Oh, okay.
You guys step on this larger surface that holds the several different platforms, and it's glowing. And one of the platforms is actually kind of like the light is almost like pulsing, and then leading down a huge tunnel that's going.
And we assume that they're down that way.
Mm-hmm. So you guys can kind of step onto this larger one, and then it starts moving down. And it takes a little while. Once you guys reach the bottom, you then can see this large debris-ridden space. Allura is kind of standing at this door where they've kind of moved away some debris. And and you could probably assume that Winnie and Joan are further in. But do you say anything to Allura?
Hi, Laura.
Hello.
Oh, hello, heroes. Glad you came so quickly. Winnie and Joan are further in.
What do we find?
We're not sure yet, but we believe that this place once was known to Winnie's spiritual thing.
Oh, Penny.
I was waiting for you to say thing. I was like, what kind of thing is she going to be?
Yeah.
Well, let's go ahead and make it known to all of us, shall we?
Very good. Follow me. And Winnie, Joan, you guys are just outside the door that would have led to the study, which is the room where Borst was at the computer monitor, more or less.
Hi, team.
Yeah. Hi.
And the one guard that's there is lifting stones out from the door area.
Just him.
Yeah.
No one else.
Yeah.
Winnie's lifting really small ones.
Yeah. And Jerry's there,
Clapping.
cheering him on. Yeah.
Hey, Jerry, can you help him
Good
out?
job. And he kind of like...
He spoke.
No, I was saying that to give audible reference to his expressions.
Oh. He could just
He looked like he said,
Exactly.
He could just
And
speak.
he's like, shrugs his shoulders like, sure, yeah, okay. And
Hashtag let Jerry speak.
and then he starts lifting stones.
New
with the guy.
campaign.
I run up to Jerry and go, oh, Jerry, don't worry about it, buddy. I got that.
He's like, cool, yeah, and then steps back, but with his expressions. It doesn't take you guys long. Do you guys talk at all while the stones are being moved?
Hey, Joan.
Hi, Dolphin.
Hey, Winnie.
Hey. So this is totally what I saw when we went back in time to see Penny/Allie.
That's what Allura said.
Yeah. This is real weird.
Let's get in it.
We're getting there. As the clinking of stone continues.
And okay, so it doesn't take long. Eventually, it opens up, and you guys are able to get into the room. Winnie, the room is very familiar.
Yeah.
Quick question. I needed to do this earlier.
Perception?
Yeah, Relnor and Dalphin, upon getting into that first room, roll me a perception real quick.
Oh, come on.
We're doubling back a little bit.
Come on, gentlemen. Uh-oh. That's a good look. That's a good look, Ricky.
I'm looking very cocky right now.
What kind
for
of look
the
is
audio
that?
listeners.
It's a cocky look? All right.
Like
Which are the
Jerry
only
looks
listeners that we
all
have.
the time.
yeah.
10.
19.
Okay, Dalphin.
Hey, you're so open-minded. Your eyes
I'm getting
are
there,
open.
man.
You're
Yeah.
seeing
A little
stuff.
further.
I got goggles.
A little further in that first big room,
Yeah.
underneath some fallen debris,
Uh-huh.
you see what looks like a skeletal hand.
Oh! Hey, anybody? I walk over to it.
To the skeletal hand?
Yeah.
And say, hey, buddy?
No, I go, hey, everybody.
Oh.
Hey, buddy, nice to meet you.
I don't think there's someone there anymore.
I walk over to it. I grab it, and I try to pick it up, and I'm gonna say, anybody need a hand?
And you feel like the bones rip off of
Yeah.
something, but it's dry. It's all dry.
I know, and I waggle it around.
Yeah.
And I go, anybody need a hand?
Dolphin, put that down.
There's like dust and stuff that's like...
It's like, it's okay, he doesn't need it anymore.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like you're being a little irreverent.
What? I'm sorry.
Uh,
I thought it was funny.
Winnie, or did you come out when he said, hey, everybody?
Yeah, I'm just standing there,
Okay.
looking very,
oh.
uncomfortable.
I go, Penny. Does Penny recognize his hand, Winnie?
Yeah, she probably does, Delvin.
And Penny says, I think that's Borst.
You didn't hear her say that.
Oh, that's right. Sorry. I forget that I can't hear that. I'm just holding it.
Did you, Ricky, actually forget that that's probably Borst, or did you know?
No, I didn't think about it. I saw
Okay,
a skeleton
okay.
hand. I was like, that's funny. I'll make a joke.
Real deep role playing. I
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Delvin, you might want to. Could you put that down?
Oh.
Could you put that down,
Yeah,
please?
yeah.
Okay,
I set it down. I flay the fingers out and just kind of lay it down nice.
I think you mean splay.
Yeah.
Splay is like.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, splay. I splay.
I set it down and then chop it into tiny little slivers.
I forgot
Yeah.
the P, which makes all the difference. I splay.
Flape?
Yes. I flaped it. I split the hand.
I spay.
Yeah, you
You're
set
doing
it
great,
down.
Ricky.
That's all we need.
Yes.
All right. Do you guys do anything?
Yeah, Winnie comes
Nothing
back
else
over
there?
to the skeleton.
Mhm.
Well, the skeletal hand.
Yeah.
Is Penny with me,
Yes.
or is she Allie?
She's Penny.
Okay, she's Penny. All right.
It's purely dictated by the golem.
Oh,
So-
okay, that's right. It's not like her mood. Okay. I kind of reach down and start to take stones away from the area.
I noticed that I kind of upset you, Winnie. I'm gonna say,
Thanks.
do you want any help moving those rocks?
Yeah, that'd be great.
All right.
That'd be nice.
So move rocks.
All right, so you guys move some of the rocks, and you can see it doesn't take long because there's not much actually like there. There's just a couple really heavy ones that probably require a few of you to kind of help move.
Yep.
And yeah, you kind of see a kind of like slumped up against kind of the corner of the wall and the floor is the skeletal remains of a dwarf
Minus a hand.
monk-like warrior. Yeah.
Can I use
Use the
mending
mending?
to put his hand back on?
That'd be great. What a great use of mending.
Yeah, I can.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah, you use mending.
That's cool. What do
Yeah,
we
it
put
says the spell can physically repair a magic item or construct, but the spell can't restore magic to such an object. So, yeah. Okay,
you go.
I'm gonna take a minute and cast mending on his arm.
Okay.
That's very
Um,
kind of you.
It feels
go,
very Harry
"Ooh."
Potter, like
Yeah.
growing your bones.
Yeah. Well,
We're gonna
what's
bury
funny
him
is
without
like a
magic.
lot of the bones were crumpled from just the general
Okay.
being crushed. So
Putting them back together.
in your little mending, kind of all the bones and stuff kind of refix.
Yeah.
Oh, you'd be a great archaeologist.
And the
I know, right?
And just for kicks and giggles, just for fun, kind of his clothes or whatever.
fun.
Kind of knit themselves. Yeah.
Whoa,
Yeah.
so just minus all the fleshy bits.
Yep. Just a white skeleton.
Yeah.
In his
And I just sort
clothes.
of, so I just sort of like kneel down and put my hand on his skeletal hand and say, "Thanks, Borst."
Right on. I go,
Penny, do you
"Borst?
think he'd want to be down here?
I don't know. He was always a warrior and he died in battle, so I don't know that if there's a better place or if we're going to be working down here, I don't like the idea of his body just being out here.
Agreed. Let's wrap him up, and when we go back up, let's talk about getting him a warrior's burial.
I like that.
Okay.
Winnie
takes off her cloak and then
nice.
realizes that it is not even close to
Is,
big enough.
Is
for a
the
dwarven.
soldier still down here?
Oh yeah. Both of them.
I'm
are.
gonna give him orders to go back up, get some more, few more soldiers to help him out, and come down with.
Start clearing the place out.
Well,
Retrieve the body.
some to retrieve the body, yeah, and some to clear out the.
Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
Do any of our other spirit things guides say anything?
I
about
gotta
finding
send the
dwarf?
platform
Yeah,
back
okay.
up again. I'm just kidding.
Does it cost you anything? Then quit complaining.
Mental annoyance.
Mental annoyance. Is that different than any other kind of annoyance?
There's physical annoyance.
You can talk to them if you
Yeah,
want.
there is.
but-
You're right.
But they're all quiet, more or
I
less.
don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Mine glitches, so.
Oh, that's right. Exactly.
How's
You got the broken one.
How's the guy doing in the doorway? We go in the study
He's
now?
done.
Okay, guys, come this way. So in the vision, I say as I walk. In the vision I had, there was a big area that was a hangar with the golem in it, but they also had like living quarters. So this room up here on the left, what's your name?
Ronar.
No. You, guard, what's your name?
Stevie.
Stevie has been clearing. Thank you, Stevie.
Yeah.
The door through here. Come with me. This was the study that Borst was working in when Allie showed me. Okay,
And,
so we step in the room.
And Dalphin, similar to the ruins that you entered when you and Archimedes met,
Yeah.
and even Joan, similar to the ones that you
Yes.
went into.
Yes.
This is kind of it's more or less a blank room, but Winnie, you can kind of activate some of the features in the room
Okay.
to kind of come to life.
Yeah, I walk right over to where I saw Borst standing
Yep.
during that last exchange.
Yep.
What do I see in front of me? What can I touch?
So it's currently flat, clean walls, but you can actually activate like a desk and the kind of panels with the screens and stuff to.
Okay,
Winnie.
so I activate the desk,
Mhm.
and as it pops up, I go, "Oh, I want one."
Winnie. Back where I found Archimedes.
Yeah.
There was a machine that made food.
What?
Yeah.
Where?
I don't know. Can you find one with your magic?
I will.
Penny's like, I know where that is.
Oh,
Penny says she knows where that is.
oh, we're awesome. I forgot I can't hear Penny.
Ricky's so excited.
You keep reacting to me.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Oh, that's awesome. Tell her to lead the way.
Let's do this first.
Oh, okay.
I think we should look for like information that might be beneficial to us.
If we knew about their diet, we would learn a lot about them.
Oh my gosh, Joan's like my shoulder angel, and Dalphin is my shoulder demon.
And Relnor's
Focus
here.
to
And
stop.
Relnor's here.
Ronor exists.
Relnor's
I'm here too.
Never mind.
And I
mean, spoiler alert.
Spoiler
If we find a
alert.
machine that makes food, Relnor's going to patent it.
Our little entrepreneurial
Yes.
spirit.
Self-filling deep plates.
Relnor is my flim flam man.
All right.
Okay.
So, Winnie, you kind of activate the desk, and these two kind of it's like your little data pad, but larger. Kind of come out from the wall and kind of clear themselves off, almost like the stone almost kind of removes itself, and it's
Yeah.
just a clean, flat surface.
Okay.
That then starts emitting light from itself, and there are symbols and figures that are on this graph, on this screen, basically.
Do I understand any of these?
Some it's like every couple. It's like you're
Yeah.
learning, you know.
Right.
You do see that there is almost like a map, kind of begins to spread itself out on the second one.
Oh.
So one is just filled up with like little lines of script. The other one has almost like lines in a map, kind of like you understand it to be a map.
Yeah.
To anyone else would just look like random lines, but it's almost like a network, kind of
again.
being outlined
Yeah.
on the screen.
Okay.
And there are a bunch of, on that network, there are a bunch of little blinking dots that are kind of blinking red, a bunch of them. And
Like a whole, like a lot, or just like a small handful?
like dozens and dozens.
Oh,
so
like a
probably,
lot.
yeah.
Okay.
Like maybe not 100, but quite a
lot,
few.
yeah.
Yeah. And there is one that you just innately understand, just from your perception of interacting with all of this. It symbolizes where you're at.
You are here.
And it shows that going from red to green, and then it stays and doesn't flash.
Okay.
And then way on the other side of the screen, another one goes from red to green.
Okay. Hey, Joan.
Yes.
Come here. Okay. So this is where we are,
Yeah.
I think. What's that? She points at the other one that's lit up green. Like it's a map, right?
Yeah.
Or am I seeing things?
Maybe
No,
that's where
it looks
they
like-
are.
Who's they?
I don't know. Not we.
True.
You know, Delphin, sometimes I think you're being deep.
Me too.
And then other times,
I knew there was a second.
and she just trails off.
Maybe we're not the only ones down here.
That is poignant.
Oh. Down here in the in this space?
Ah, wherever that is. I point to the map.
Is the map like boxy rooms or is it like sinuous like an outside?
Sinuous.
That's
Okay.
a great word. I love that word.
That's a good word.
I don't know if that's the right word.
It's definitely not a map of that same system you found under the mountain.
Okay.
It seems larger.
Okay. I'm gonna put my finger on the dot that's over, like that's far away.
Mhm, mhm.
Does
Yeah.
anything happen if I put my
you
finger on
you
it?
sense like a
Ooh.
pulse kind of coming from
Ooh.
it, and one of the little kind of panel systems, not panel systems, kind of like panel systems on the desk.
Not
has-
like panel systems, but yeah,
it-
like panel systems.
It brings up like an array of glyphs, kind of like buttons on a keyboard,
Oh, okay.
and several of them kind of light up in an order.
Okay. Do I need to know what they are?
Do
Do I understand them?
Yeah.
Oh,
Actually, significantly, the kind of main symbol for this kind of lit up area you just touched is the same symbol that Bordeaux gave you
Oh.
when he said, if you ever come down to south,
yeah.
follow this.
The well of his people.
Mhm.
Yeah, okay.
So that very same symbol is kind of that marker for this space, this dot you just touched.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Joan.
Yeah.
Joan. Look it. You see that symbol?
Yes.
Remember I showed you that?
Yes, she's lying. She does not remember.
You don't remember.
I said yes, I remember.
Border
it,
said
but
that was
could
his
you-
people's mark.
Oh, yeah. You did
Yeah.
tell me that. Yeah.
Wait. So when he turns her head, she's trying to make it so that it's so that her head is oriented like a map of
Mhm.
Altera would be. Can she do it?
Yeah.
Okay, so it does seem to be kind of geographically laid out now that she's
Yes.
turning her head
Yeah.
around.
If you were to take it and take a map that was where north is north,
Yeah.
and set it on there with
Uh-huh.
that dot being where you could kind of
Kind of
imagine the well would be.
yeah.
Your dot is where you would imagine Kazkaruk would be
Okay.
on the map.
This. Okay. Runner.
Yeah.
Okay. So remember how I started being able to do this somehow after I was with Bordeaux and found him in the south and and then do you see this is the mark of his people, so it's
Mhm.
maybe this is the spot where this magic comes from, and then we came all the way here, and then I can use the same magic to start this stuff up, and it's also the stuff that Boris uses, so maybe
Everything's connected.
yes, maybe this shows where the magic is being used.
Oh.
Interesting theory,
Which
Winnie.
is really discouraging because there's only 2 spots. I feel very alone.
Yeah. Rightfully so.
Wait, magic is being used there?
I mean, I don't know. It's a guess.
You're never alone. You always have us.
Except we can't use that
Even
magic.
if you can use super cool magic that we can't and don't understand.
I'd rather not talk about it.
And could be
Sorry.
frying your brain right now.
I mean, yeah, it's totally frying
Give
my
you
brain,
magic
Joan.
cancer.
That's what's happening.
I don't think it's frying your brain.
So, what do you guys do next? Do you interact with this more?
Do we go to the dot?
No.
Why not?
I think what we need is here.
Okay, so
Which
then let's
is-
keep looking.
Well, look at all these other dots on the screen, and they all connect, and there's. Oh, I didn't tell you. Okay. So we got in the elevator, right? We get on the lift and we come down to this big place and we're like, okay, there's 4 platforms. And I put my hand on one of the platforms and I go, oh, it's like a bunch of tree roots going downwards, but it's magic. And then I put my hand on the second platform and I was like, oh, it's like tree roots but going backwards. Upwards. And then I put my hand on the third platform and I was like, oh, nothing happened. And then I put my hand on the fourth platform. Nothing happened. And then I go back to the first platform. I'm like, oh, there's a place that isn't lighting up. And it's this place.
What?
So what does that mean to you, Winnie?
I think we need to fix something down here to get it back online.
Okay.
By we mean you.
I mean, to reconnect it to everything else. God, I can't stop using tech terminology.
So how do you do that?
Is there anything I can push besides what I'm looking at?
There's that whole panel that came up on the surface of the desk.
Yeah. Are there other buttons?
Along with the well thing. Yeah, there are several buttons.
Is there a big push me button?
There are about
Staples.
4 specific ones that are lit.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do they look like?
A couple of them kind of you'd understand them as being kind of like a let me think here. Like speech almost.
I was gonna say volume up, volume down.
Well, like
Just kidding.
Play.
well, there's something like kind of like speech and
Oh.
and almost like an interact.
Okay.
Like an intercom system? That wasn't Dolphin saying that.
Okay.
I know.
I'm gonna push the first button on the left.
Okay.
Does anything happen?
Yeah. You kind of see the screen that had that map kind of go dark.
Oh, okay. I
But-
found the off button.
You almost hear kind of like a low humming tone,
Okay.
like kind of coming from the console. Like a,
Boo-doo-dip. We're sorry.
just like a.
Just
Say something.
What?
Say something.
Hello?
Nothing. Okay. I thought maybe it was like a walkie-talkie or something.
Yeah, nothing.
Oh, like our comms.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
There is the other button.
Next button.
Next button.
From the left.
Do you have to have magic to press the buttons?
Yes.
Oh.
Foiled again,
Yeah.
Dolphin.
Like they're not physical buttons.
Yeah,
You have to
okay,
like,
yeah.
So you press it, and the screen immediately shifts and shows a room similar to your guys,
Ooh.
lit up with a bunch of ancient ruins and lights, and just in front of that like screen, almost like a mirror to you, is a orc dressed in very nice clothes that you would recognize. You would recognize as being from the well. And the orc goes, just kind of looking down at this desk, then looks at the screen, and then goes, "What?
It's an orc!
And I push the button again.
And it goes dark.
You two should be the least afraid of orcs. Why
I'm
are
not
we
afraid.
screaming?
I didn't know what was going on. I was startled. Winnie, what'd you do? Press the button again.
Okay. I'm afraid. We don't know who's on the other end.
It's an orc.
Okay. At first, I smooth my robes, and I'm like, and I push the button again.
Okay, and it comes back, and the orc that was sitting there is now kind of up in the hallway, and you can see him kind of talking with somebody, and then a robed orc that's thinner and older kind of comes by, and it looks like kind of almost frustrated. And these people are kind of being frantic, and so you see some other orcs kind of running around in this area, and then
when he turns around and looks at Joan, she goes, What is this?
Some kind of visual comm.
Okay, what do I do? Relnor, what do I do?
Just talk to him.
Yeah, but I just...
Relnor, talk to him.
Can they hear me? I mean, I guess they heard us screaming.
Relnor.
Have you tried changing the channel?
What's a channel?
It's a body of water.
Oh. There's no water down here.
Yeah, maybe we can
confused,
reroute the magic to a different channel and
Oh, that's where
get a
they got
different
word
picture.
from.
Relnor, Relnor, will you do the talking?
Sure.
Okay.
Somebody
else talk. I don't want to talk.
The orc that Winnie you know as Grafar steps up toward the screen.
Winnie kind of steps sideways to try and get away from
He's older. He says, "What is going on here, Winifred?
What? Winnie, it knows you.
You know her?
What?
You know him?
You must be thinking of the other Winifred.
I don't think
This
there's
is-
another Winifred.
There isn't. I googled it.
Oh.
This is
No, there isn't. I mean, I
uncalled
Googled it.
for. This is you.
Well,
you-
hold on a second.
You
That
are breaking
seems-
your oath.
That seems quite rude, sir. I don't know anything about an oath.
Oath!
We don't know what we're dealing with here.
Hello, sir. We are calling from an unknown machine in Kazkarig. Or we're standing at an unknown machine in Kazkarig, and we are wondering who
we
you
know.
are.
We know where you are.
Well, we don't know where you are. And she opens her eyes really big.
This is probably the other dot.
I am sorry, but we must close this communication.
Why?
What is it?
And he
Tell
presses,
us more.
he
Come back.
presses a couple buttons and it goes dark.
Winnie, push the button again.
I push the button.
And it kind of does. It looks like it's going to activate, but then it shuts off.
Winnie, you got some splaining to do.
He was with Bordeaux. What's he doing at his screen?
What?
She asked what he's doing in his screen. That's a perfectly logical
don't
question
think
to
No,
ask.
he was with Bordeaux. What does that mean?
Yeah.
Oh.
When I found Bordeaux. He was there. He was like with Bordeaux's people, but I don't understand why he... Why'd he hang up on me? That's not very nice.
Did they have?
He
Did they
didn't
have?
seem like a very nice
Did they have
fellow.
similar armor?
Apparently not.
To what the one of the orcs?
No one
wore?
was wearing
No one was wearing armor. Okay,
No one's
there was no
wearing
connection there. Okay.
All wearing more casual
Gotcha,
clothes.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Why is that the only light that's lit up?
It's the only other people using whatever this facility is.
There's so many of them.
Are there more buttons you haven't tried?
Yeah. 2 more?
We should go there.
I mean, that's on the south.
Okay, we've been south before.
Okay.
It's a long trip for a cranky orc.
A cranky orc and someone who knows how to work this stuff.
But Winnie knows how to work
Winnie's
this stuff.
figuring it out.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Winnie, what did he say to you?
He called me by my name. He remembered my name.
Yeah, so you must have made an impression.
I guess so.
But then he said something about an oath.
Allure
Yeah.
sticks her head in and says, "Did something happen? Did I miss something?"
Yeah, you did. It was a big ol' something.
Yeah, Winnie
What?
knows this orc on
What? There was
On the TV.
the stone.
There was an orc on the TV.
you. Wait, what?
Nice guess.
There was an orc present in this room.
No. Wait. Yes. No.
Okay, so we pushed a button, right?
Yes.
And an orc I met once a long time ago showed up. Like his face just showed up on the screen. And he called me by my name. He was like, blah, 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 blah,
It
and
was
he got
like
really mad.
a projection, an
Yeah, and then
astral
he-
projection.
And then he disappeared. Yes, like that. But I think he really is alive somewhere. I don't think he's dead.
No, because he pushed some buttons to go away.
Yeah.
So it wasn't.
We have there's someone to communicate with through this.
Yeah, apparently.
There are others like you,
I
Winnie.
guess so.
no,
they didn't
Winnie,
like me very
Winnie
much.
is one of a kind.
I am one of a kind.
But if
Thank
they
you,
can
John.
access the technology as she can,
That means they have magic too.
yes, that this anomaly that has occurred within Winterbritt, there are others with it,
And they're
Yeah.
orcs.
Then
and they could aid us in fighting the enemy.
Well, yeah, they could.
I mean, they would barely help us fight the.
But wait, how though? We need golems to fight the enemy.
But this technology seems almost limitless.
I mean, we could try building more golems, but I feel like it's going to take a really long time. Especially because, you know what?
What?
We need to fix Artemis. That's what we need to be doing. Joan, how is he doing? Is he interacting with you right now at all?
Nope, just glitchy, per usual.
But Winterbritt, you know this fellow who
Well, I thought I did. I thought he
said
was
he
a nice
remembered
guy.
your name.
Yeah. Do you want me to try and call him?
Yes.
Okay. I need you all to leave the room.
What?
If I'm going to call him again, I think he's mad at me, and I think he wants to scold me, so I need you to just leave, because otherwise I'm going to really embarrassed.
Mad at you because you broke
I-
your oath?
I glance at Winnebrett. I nod. Let's go.
I trust you, Winnie. I leave.
Allure seems very disappointed, but she goes, "Very well," and
When
she
he
leaves.
puts her hands out, she goes, I will fill you in as much as I can. I don't really want you taking notes on my scolding.
And
And with that, we shut the door.
Jerry goes, and then leaves.
Good sport, Jerry. You're a good sport.
You have the room to yourself.
Okay.
I want a compilation of Jerry quotes by the end of the season.
I'm gonna bring him along.
Hang on. I've got some right here.
He's gonna die so fast.
I look up at my shoulder and
There
I
you
go,
go.
Eric handed Ricky a blank sheet.
I wanted an audio.
Yeah.
I look up at my shoulder and I go, Penny, that was really bad.
Did we break the oath?
I don't know. I didn't tell him about it.
Grafar seemed pretty mad.
Well, yeah. I mean, now everybody has questions and I have to keep lying. I don't like it.
Sorry, Winnie.
It's okay. Let's try and calm again.
Okay, so you put it in, and you call,
Mm-hmm.
and the screen comes up again, and Bordu's there.
Oh!
And Grafar is like,
Winnie can't help herself. She goes, "Oh!"
yeah, and Grafar goes, Bordu! and he says,
Hello, Winifred.
Hi, Bardu.
It is good to see you.
Yeah. Hi. Oh, the others will want to say hi to you too. This is killing me, man.
Do you need help?
Yes and no.
Are you in danger?
Do you need help? You are safe?
We are fine.
Okay, then yes, we need help.
The well is protected.
As always.
You have not told, have
No.
you?
No, but apparently Grafar thinks I did, and now all my friends want to know why he knows my name. And look, if I blow my cover, it is that guy's fault.
Where are you?
Do you know where Kazkarrig is?
Yes.
We're like under Kazkarrig.
Ah, yes.
So I think maybe this is where the golem that I use. Oh, I got a golem, Bordu! I can't tell you right now.
That is wonderful.
Okay,
But
that's great.
why are you calling?
Calling you?
Yes,
Uh,
through the device.
I didn't know I could, honestly. I pushed some buttons and a map come up and we saw the green dot and I thought, ooh, and I pushed it and then it gave me buttons to call you.
Yes, I see.
Grafar's kind of like, he's been talking to some other people,
Yeah.
trying to figure out how he can get Bordu off.
Question for you, Grafar.
He says, yes, what?
Hey, Grafar.
What?
Grafar.
What?
If it makes you so mad that people call you, why'd you leave the thing on?
We left nothing on. Well, everything is on here.
You were sitting at this thing. What were you doing?
I was not. No, he came
Oh,
in.
that's right.
After you showed up, the guy who was manning it went and got. We monitor all of the systems
Oh, crap.
throughout Altera.
Did I interrupt his reading?
He was merely keeping up with what was currently happening. We
Well-
monitor the world.
Okay. I don't know what you want me to do. I'm in a city under siege by Titans. The entire northern side of the river is completely kaput. Everything is backwards. We got displaced from our home.
Shakes his head like, Winnie, this is not our purpose. We exist to monitor until the end of things, the end of all. We cannot engage or do anything to help you.
Is that per the lady's orders?
That is part of the conditions that Valasol has created for the well. It is why Bordu, and he kind of like looks at him a little bit, was sentenced to hibernation.
Because he left.
It is also why you were made to promise never to tell of the well.
I haven't. And I didn't know I was going to call you.
I am certain that Valasol will not see this as a fracture of your promise.
That's surprising.
But you cannot call this. You cannot contact the well again. I am sorry.
I understand. Yeah, not that I really want to at this point.
Or
But
dude's
anyway.
looking kind of just bummed.
Oh.
And he's sitting there, and you do hear a little. And a little cat with one eye hops
Yay!
up on his lap.
Did you just call it Wilson?
Harris.
Harris the cat.
Wilson the cat.
And he pets.
I was
Harris
real
the
close.
cat.
I was really close.
He pets Harris, and he says,
I am sorry, Winnie, but that is what Valasol has requested.
I understand. Okay, two things. First of all, big scary voice talked to me, said he was Valasol's brother. So bear that in mind. Thing two, I'm the only one here who has access to this technology, but we really need it to protect ourselves against the scary voice and all these titans. So is there a good way for me to learn about it or anything I should know?
Grafar's like shaking his head and like, this is already too much, Winifred. It's too much. We cannot give you anything.
Well, you won't help me with anything else, so that's why I'm asking.
It was beyond what we... And then Bordu interrupts.
You must know, Valasol has two brothers,
And then
Ew.
Grafar slams his hands on the console.
Yeah.
And it turns off. And the whole thing goes away. Like the console goes away, and then the buttons that were there before let you interact like with that location go away, and the rest of that map shows back up, and that little light that was green where the well is
red.
disappears.
Completely gone.
Oh,
Yes.
they went dark. They're off the grid.
Left the grid.
And Winnie slams her hands down on the counter.
Can I knock on the door?
Yeah.
Did we hear like any like the slamming or like the no? No, never mind. I don't knock on the door. If I heard the slam, I was gonna be like, "You okay in there?"
No,
I
if
mean,
the door
you-
was shut, you
yeah.
didn't hear anything.
Okay.
It's stone down
So
there.
we're just waiting.
I go and open the door and I hang my head and I go, they hung up on me again. He didn't like it. Now they're gone. I'm really sorry, guys.
Very.
I tried.
Yeah. What do you? Hold on. I feel like we're missing something here.
Bordeaux was there.
Okay.
I was going to show you, but yeah,
That's okay, Winnie.
the dot is gone. I can't call him back.
But you know where the dot was?
No, I don't.
Yeah, we saw it on the map.
On the map?
Yeah.
She showed Relnor.
No, she showed also Joan, and I was there. I
Yeah.
was peeking behind.
Oh, yeah, you were all there.
Yeah.
I did point to it on the map.
So we know
Get
where
you
the
guys
dot
notes
was.
in the
I mean, the
desert.
general area.
Yeah.
You guys are not going to help us.
Who's they?
Bordeaux and Grafar.
The orcs.
Grafar.
Yeah.
They are people you've known.
Bordeaux is under
Yeah.
Donnie.
He's an orc from. He's an orc from Lestrade.
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't that weird? It's kind of cool,
Oh
right?
yes,
He was the
The-
one under Donnie, yeah.
the second mate.
Uh-huh. I
First
don't know
mate.
if you ever met him, Laura.
Yeah, the
Maybe you
first
did.
mate.
Yeah.
Well, much of the city knew of him, with Donnie being such an amazing and renowned captain
So
at such a
here's-
young age.
Yeah.
Younger than any
I
other
know.
captain.
It's really nice of you to remind us of
Unprecedented.
that. Sorry, Rilner.
Donnie. That's his.
Donnie.
That is
That's
his,
your catchphrase.
That's his catchphrase.
Every time he goes into battle, Donnie.
I'm gonna look at Alora and say, you know, I've shot a monk before.
She knows not what she does.
All right, Winnie. What were you saying?
I forget. Let me think.
I was going to go, yes, he has, and pat my leg.
Alora's wants to
here's-
know if we can contact them or find them. Like that's her.
Yeah. Winnie's gonna say, okay, here's the deal. I don't know if we can find or contact them. I didn't get there to where Bordeaux was by myself. I was brought there and taken away. So, unless we have something very specific that we need from them, I think we need to wait.
Can we not unlock this magic for others?
Oh, that's a good question. There might be another way to do that, though. Because remember, I can't do it. I don't know how it works. That's a very good question, though.
I would love to have this magic.
This is quite a lot.
I want this magic.
Okay, so if this dot is, and she points at the one that's gone, and that she's like, if this dot is a poop head, then what are these other dots doing?
Those are other places like this?
I guess.
They're
What
asleep.
can we get from this place? Is this it? Is it just this computer screen? I mean, is it just this screen?
Is there a dot or like a potential dot on the Gnome Island as well? Like are the dots like noticeable when they're not lit up, or are they only noticeable?
No,
when they're
yeah,
lit up?
they're all over
There's
the
red
place.
dots all over the place.
Yeah, they're kind of flashing.
Oh, okay.
There's only one sustaining green one now,
Gotcha.
and that's you guys. Yeah, I guess yeah. If you guys like were to like imagine a map, there would be you could envision there being one around that area.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's not a map? I thought it was a map.
It's not like a distinct map.
Okay,
It's like there
okay.
are some lines and
Okay.
dots. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It's like
But things are
there's-
kind of
there's no
roughly laid out.
names.
Yeah.
There's no geography. Like that's like
So
I-
is there one close to here?
Well, if I say if we used points of reference, we could make this a map. If we know the distance between where we are, and if we know this dot is this
Laura's like
location.
kind of getting big eyes. She goes, "We could discover more ruins."
That's
Yeah.
right. Maybe activate more.
I like maps.
Maybe we could go to those rude orcs and say, "What's up?"
What's up? What's up? We found all the ruins already. Ooh.
But we would need Winnie to accompany every single expedition.
That's true. We need to pick and choose.
Do you like traveling, Winnie?
Yeah. Yeah. Really love it. Love it.
Winnie, what was the oath?
Hey, you ever heard of an oath of secrecy, Delphin?
Oh.
Yeah.
No. Never heard of him. No,
But he said you broke it.
I didn't.
Oh.
Good job, Winnie.
He's a poo-poo head.
Okay.
He's a poo-poo head.
All
And
right.
like I said, he was threatening me.
Okay.
And I got mad. But then I shouldn't have been mad. Then he wouldn't have hung up on me. Anyway, as my mother would say, what is done, Winifred. So, let's keep looking.
For what?
The closest dot.
The closest dot?
Yeah. Okay. See, this is what I'm saying. If you look at it this way, and she turns her head over her and her braid falls down. She's like, okay, and if you turn it this way,
Okay.
no, the other way, Delphin. Okay, yeah, that way.
All right, let's say you guys spend some time in here kind of looking over the map, trying to learn some more stuff. And I'd like you guys to actually like discuss between sessions kind of how you want to approach this stuff.
Yeah, that'd be great.
but
That's not going to be riveting discussion, so.
We're gonna push on from there. We're gonna just imagine that's happening between you guys,
Okay. Montage.
and we're gonna move on later that evening as the council of leaders is kind of coming together. You guys arrive just a little bit late from the ruins. You get there and it's already kind of started, but not like in full swing. Tweelia is kind of leading more or less. We need to decide tonight who was going to be leading our military. We've decided that we need to lead an offensive against Alestria. The golems can help us make some actual ground, but we need to get back into the head of the four kingdoms. A woman you guys have not met before. This is another one of a woman you guys have met. We haven't met her in the show yet. But her name is Rain Portentia, and she is one of the counselors of the Merchant Council from Alestria.
I am so sorry.
That was very pretty.
It's okay. She specifically is a merchant of war, and so she deals in weaponry and a lot of that kind of resources and distributions for military branches within the Four Kingdoms. Her and Sirius Kane were the only two members of the council who left Alestria during that kind of chaos of the Civil War. She speaks up and says, "We must make certain, however, that the Queen is protected. We are unaware of where she is, or whether they have done anything with her, and if they are holding her captive, an offensive from us could put her life in danger. We've gone over this many times already, Tweelia. Captain Tweelia." And she kind of says, "Hi, Captain." And Harris is sitting there, kind of arms crossed, just watching. Governor Gregory Pull steps up, and he's the leader of the warriors from Diadem Reach. "My men are ready whenever the offensive is made, but staying here is not helping. Our home is still being beset upon, just as we are here, but luckily our defenses are strong. We have no golems, though. If they decide to start sending titans, I'm not comfortable staying here so long. It has already been months. We need to make a decisive move. The people are settling. We're beginning to accept that this is the way of life. But this is not our home, and these are not our people. But you are our allies, and we will help. A decision must be made, though. In this, I agree with Tweelia, the High Captain." He nods and then sits. There's a human man who has kind of scars kind of all over his arms. He wears a dark sleeveless vest and carries a what looks like a very well-worn scabbard on his hip. On the back of his vest, this kind of dark vest, is a red palm print, like blood, on the back. And he steps up and says, "This is Targrave, the Bloodbreaker." from Fairhaven.
We need to make a decisive move. Solitary life does not suit us, and the longer we stay, the more our oath draws us back to Fairhaven. An offensive is needed.
Sirius Kane, the other counselor, he stays seated and says,
There's always the chance that this offensive could backfire. We've created roots here, and an attack that fails would make us even more vulnerable to more attacks. Send the golems out, and who knows? Perhaps another Titan attacks our kingdom, and without them here, we'll have no real defense. I am interested in what,
and he kind of looks towards Tweely and he says,
High Captain Harris has to say.
I go, here.
Hashtag Team Harris.
everyone's kind of quiet as they're looking at Harris, and he's still just kind of sitting and looking over everything.
When Wilbert had me, it was like a piece of me was getting siphoned. The magic that they wield is more than I ever expected.
Winnie nods.
Captain Tweely is right. Actions needed. I don't think that it's a full frontal assault on another kingdom. That's a bad move. Strategically, they'd have they could wait us out, fight us off, and if they've got Titans on their end, then it would take such a siege. Putting our forces in danger in that way does not accomplish anything.
Michael Reed, and then you hear kind of some of the people kind of groan a little bit. Says,
Has agents in the city, in the center of the kingdom of Alestia, who are getting us intel and information.
and then Rain Portentia says, and feeding a black market.
Of knowledge.
Harris kind of like puts a hand up and says,
I know that we don't like working with him. That he's done things that in many of our leadership has hurt our people and our ability to lead within the Four Kingdoms. But I think this is our way in. Lestrade was almost destroyed when Titans showed up inside the city walls. Unbeknownst to the rest of us. We nearly lost the city were it not for the brave and incredible work of several strong wizards and monks. But we lost many lives. And the last thing we want to do is hurt civilians inside the city walls. There are still some of our own in there. If there's a way,
and he kind of looks over at you guys. He's the first of all leaders to acknowledge that you entered the room.
It's about time.
for our heroes to get the golems inside the city, to do what they did to us, to launch an offensive from within, not a siege, but a strategic attack.
Ooh.
Cut off,
And he kind of slams his hand on the table like a knife.
cut off the serpent's head, and let the body wither.
Sirius Kane, he goes, this could also be a way for us to find and recover the queen. And kind of seems to win over Rain a little bit. Seemed to be her concern as well.
Mhm.
Harris looks over at you four.
What do you say, heroes? Is this something we could consider?
I look up at Runner with wide eyes and like a big smile.
We're with you, High Captain Harris.
Jeez.
Tweelia says,
It won't be enough. Just that won't do it.
and there's still the risk. She kind of like nods over at Sirius Kane. She says, and there's the risk that while they're there, we'll get attacked.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Can anyone promise us that the Titans won't come?
When he shakes her head no with her eyes really wide.
Cleric, Joan,
Yes.
you are one who observes the patterns of the world.
Is there any sense in the way that these titans have attacked? Any order to the chaos that they are ensuing?
None that we've discovered so far.
So we don't know. A titan attack could occur tomorrow.
Yes.
You want to lead all the troops over there anyway. You're leaving the city just as open as without more open. If that's your argument, you're a hypocrite.
Oh.
I'm merely trying to use everyone else's logic. My plan would be to launch a final offensive. One attack.
Us four would be enough to make it final.
You believe that's all you need?
I look up at Relnor. Like, back me up here, Captain.
I mean, she was asking you.
I obviously
I don't have
believe
to
it
answer
is.
for you.
No, I want you to back me up.
Winnie,
Even our heroes are in disagreement. as
Winnie
to how we
stands
should-
up on a
That
chair.
was table talk, DM.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Felt real.
I was like, come on, man.
No, I felt like she was asking him and he should answer. But yes, we
Yes! Obviously. I wouldn't
Yeah.
say we could do it if
Winnie
we could
stands
do
up on a chair.
Uh-huh.
She goes, "But who are we really fighting here?
And Harris goes, and that is a good question.
We need knowledge." And
Yeah.
looks at Joan,
Yeah.
which Michael Reed is getting us. And we need to recognize there's more going on than meets the eye. And she looks at Delphin.
And I speak up. I say, we have reason to believe that these golems were made to fight whatever's behind these crazy things going on in the world right now. So we're the key.
Not
The
key.
war, it's like a symptom, right? Of like being sicker in a more serious way. I know the war feels really big, and I know losing your home feels really big, but there's something deeper, more serious going on than just who occupies what city and who has power and who doesn't.
Gregory Pohl, the kind of the gruff miner who leads the people of Diadem Reach.
Oh, he is actually a minor.
He says, the canaries are dying.
Is that a metaphor?
Yes, it is.
There are signs that something is sickening the world. I am of the mind that there is a deeper problem. Something beyond the leadership of Alestria.
Winnie's still standing on the chair awkwardly. And she goes, I have these nightmares of a very, very dark, very powerful being pulling the strings of the world, pulling the strings of all the things that are going on here. I don't know if that's real, but it sure feels like it. And then she sits down.
And as you were talking about like your dreams and the sense of something pulling you,
Mm-hmm.
you almost feel like a burning gaze just like locked on you from Targrave. Like something in what you said just like resonated with him on a
Oh,
level
wow. Okay.
Which one's
I like
Targrave
this
again?
guy.
that he's the Bloodbreaker.
At least
from
I think I
Fairhaven.
like this guy. I really like his name.
Yeah,
So
I did
that's the
too.
problem.
I do
Anyway.
too.
That's
It's almost
Aaron,
like you
not
came
Winnie.
up with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like his name too.
I've came up with names
with
that I didn't like before. So
Toefoot bag wearer.
yeah.
I like that name.
It ended up being a good name.
It did.
Yeah.
Topher Bagwell's not bad.
So, what will we do then? We cannot reach Diadem Reach. We have no access to our allies on the Gnome Island. The elves are beyond us, across Fairhaven. And we do not have a clear leader making decisions. Night after night, month after month, we have these discussions.
I think the answer is a clear leader.
Yes. I move that we establish a temporary ruler of the Four Kingdoms, equivalent, and she looks over at the counselors, to that of the Queen.
Ooh.
To be
To make the decisions.
replaced again when the queen is rescued.
Yes. A steward, if you will. We need cohesive leadership.
Team Jerry 2020. No, wait.
No, he does not speak. He cannot lead.
Shall we bring it to a vote?
Ooh.
I believe anyone who would need to be making that choice is here, in this room.
Aye.
And the counselors nod their head. Rain says, "We understand the need for singular leadership. We would agree to this." The rest kind of nod, and Harris says, "Very well. It works in Lestrade. Let it work here."
I motion that we elect Captain Relnor as our temporary ruler.
And like the air goes out of the room.
Can I? I'm gonna roll a
Persuasion?
persuasion.
Go for it.
I have -2 in persuasion.
D&D. We haven't rolled a lot of dice this
I rolled a
episode.
2.
A 2?
Winnie's fidgeting with Walter in her bag,
Okay.
and he accidentally goes,
Relnor, do you do anything when he says that?
Delphin, as much as I appreciate your enthusiasm, the ruler should probably stay here, and I have a feeling that we're going to need to leave shortly.
Oh, that's a good point. Motion removed. Carry on.
Rain Portentia says, "I would vote that we choose High Captain Willia. She took over Lestrade during much chaos and led their people here for safety. I believe she's more than trustworthy and more than proven her ability to make precise decisions. Is there anyone else who thinks that someone here can lead us?"
I motion.
Oh, no.
And she just kind of like,
So's Joan.
I motion for High Captain Harris. Says leadership. Because without his selfless decision making, there would not have been a Lestrade to rule.
"I'll not be leading, Delphin.
Ah, all my leaders keep bowing out.
Thank you."
You're pitching your horses to the wrong
I
cards.
know.
"Ooh, vote for Twilia."
I recommend that Gregory Pull be head of this alliance.
Who's the merchant guy?
No, it's Diadem Reach.
Oh, that's right. All right, well, that's good enough for me. Harris wants it. I second that.
Tweelia says, "Very well. We have 2 potential leaders. Myself and Governor Gregory Pull from Diadem Reach. Gregory, if you were voted, would you accept?" He says, "I'm fine with that. I've made decisions all my life, and I understand when things are going sour. If we need someone to choose, I'm willing to choose."
Can I roll perception on High Captain Harris? Does he seem like his old self?
Do an insight
Insight?
check.
13.
13?
Yeah.
Yeah, you do sense like there's a little something off with Harris. Like he's not as grab the bull by the horns
I'm not going to grab one horn anymore.
as you remember him in Lestrade.
Okay.
Good one.
You know, what led him to losing an eye and an arm and a leg. Like it's just kind of like,
And half his soul, apparently.
yeah, he's just kind of,
Oh,
he
got
seems tired.
edited.
Yeah.
But not possessed.
Thin, like butter that's been scraped over too much bread.
Yeah.
Oh, Bilbo.
Counselor Sirius Kane speaks up and says, "Very well, then let us call for a vote. Captain Harris, who would you like to lead?" "I choose Governor Gregory Pull of Diadem Reach." "Twilia, I choose myself."
Classic.
"Governor Pull." "Myself." "Portentia." "I am with Twilia." "I choose Twilia."
It's 4 to 2.
And then Targrave. What is that?
3 to 2.
3 to 2.
Yeah, for Tweelia.
So Targrave is either going to tie it or break it.
There's only 6 people that get a vote.
1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Yeah. Targrave says, "I suppose if I were to choose Gregory, I would lend us in a dead tie. Perhaps then we'd let the heroes choose."
He looks directly at Winnie. He says,
I want to know who they would choose to lead.
Tulia says,
I believe that is good wisdom. Let the heroes choose.
Wow, for once you care about our opinions.
I think she's being political. I don't think she really.
Yeah.
Yes, no.
I mean, she did already have a conversation with Relnor.
Oh, that's true.
She knew that something like this was
the
coming.
gamble for her.
Yeah. So, it's up to you guys. What do you do?
Sidebar, it's tough because I don't hate her, but I feel like a vote for Twilight. Okay, not sidebar. I lean very, very like sideways, and I use message and send to Relnor, and I say, I can't help feeling like a vote for Twilight is a vote for full frontal assault.
Yeah.
And then I look at him.
You guys can ask for a moment to talk amongst yourselves.
Oh, we can?
Yeah.
I vote for Governor Pohl.
Let's
Okay, can
talk.
the 3 reasonable people
Do we all get a
talk?
vote, or just one vote for all of us?
Tulia says, take your time.
Oh,
Oh, yes, she would want you to take your
Talk
time.
amongst yourselves. You seem
It's too bad I don't have Cone of Silence.
so
as a
is it
spell.
just one vote for
you
all
seem
of us?
not to be of one mind. It needs to be one vote.
Okay.
You guys are 4. If
That's true. We could tie
I-
it up again.
Yeah.
When he said I shouldn't vote, I was like, joke's on you. We're split 50-50. But no.
I don't
So, yeah,
think we
all right.
actually are.
Didn't want to ruin the moment. Now I have. So here we go.
Relnor, I trust Harris more than I trust Tweelia.
Absolutely.
So I'd go with Pohl.
My vote would be for someone who can take input from other people. I have a lot of respect for Twilight, but I don't know if she can take input. What's your experience been, Relnor? Is she persuadable?
I don't know, Josh. What is my experience?
I mean, I feel like we've had it. Like your experience with her as your captain was measured, fair, but very much did not like the way that you would deviate from the plan based on what you believed was the right move.
A little too by the book.
So, very by the book, very straightforward, but and very tight-fisted with like follow the orders. Never cruel, not wicked or mean. You know what I mean? Right now,
But also not flexible.
yeah.
I don't know anything about politics. Okay, maybe I know a little, but I don't know a lot about politics. What if Gregory Pohl served as leader? I mean, Twilia'd still lead the military, right? Just under Pohl? Is that so bad?
Let's take a little mini vote. I vote for Pohl.
I
I don't
love
think
how
that's-
difficult this is for you.
Well,
guys.
if we have
We
a
don't know anything
well,
about him.
if we have a majority within our group, then we have their vote.
Relnor? Hey, Relnor.
Yeah.
Hey, Relnor.
Yeah.
Are you worried about Harris?
Slightly.
You want me to use sending on Harris?
Sending?
No, I don't think you need
What does
to.
that do?
I mean, I could ask him if he's doing
It's the
okay.
secret messaging. I want to hear from my captain.
I'm considering that we vote for Twilia.
Huh?
Tim Allen.
Yeah.
Bah, bah, bah.
On the condition that we be released from our military service.
Oh, freelancers.
Oh.
That would give us some autonomy, regardless of what they choose to do.
Yeah. And we follow what we want to do.
She's going to like you if you vote for her.
And she very well may give you what you ask for.
Well, maybe. I don't know.
Well, if it's a condition.
What
Quid pro quo.
Yeah.
What does my
Quid pro
crew
quo.
think?
I think it's a good idea.
Can
It's
I
not a
roll
bad
a
idea.
Can I roll a perception or an insight check on Gregory Pohl?
Yeah. What are you looking for?
I want to know if because he seems pretty gruff, right? He's the gruff one and he's pretty quiet. I want to know if he's internally like sitting on the edge of his seat, if that makes sense. Like if he's
If he cares
if
about
he's like
leading.
coiled like a spring, caring
yeah.
about what the vote, or if he's being honest and
Does
he
he
really
want
is
it?
like, I will
Okay.
take it if you give it to me. Oh, that was almost a natty 20.
Ooh, I haven't had one yet.
What is it? A natural.
It's a 14, so that's a 16.
Okay. You from where you're sitting, or from where you're at, what he said, and just the limited amount you know of him, you believe he's being very honest.
Okay.
That he's compelled by the need to get back to his people. You know what I mean? More
Yeah.
than anything, that they sent him to help, and he wants to help.
Yeah.
But the longer that we don't do anything, it's even harder on him. So
Okay.
I do worry that she's too power hungry.
My parents love her.
I
Love.
don't think she's bad.
No, I don't think she's bad, but that's not the question. The question is who would be the best.
The
yeah,
most
but
measured.
if we can get what we want and just pick whoever's going to be, good, we're probably looking at a full frontal assault regardless, which
Yes.
we all know is going to end in a disaster, which means we got to act fast, which means we need autonomy. So I think Ronar's plan is sound.
Okay,
All right. I'm with it.
I'll support it.
We're with you, Captain.
I've loved this, by the way. This is one of my favorite moments in the entire series.
You're boring. I'm kidding.
No, I just love. I actually had no idea what you guys would choose, and I've loved that you've actually had to talk about it. So this is great.
I thought that was a good plan.
Okay, I guess we'll go. Did we leave the room or did we just step away?
You stepped away to talk.
Little
Yeah,
huddle.
yeah. So whenever you guys are ready.
Circle.
Yeah. You speaking for everybody?
Of course he
I
is.
feel like he should.
Because he loves to speak.
Yeah. roll persuasion.
Hi, Captain Twylia.
Yes.
We've made our decision. We will vote for you on one condition: that you accept our resignations from the military, that we can move autonomously.
Just hold on a minute.
Who's
This
that?
is not. That was Harris.
This is Harris.
This is not concerning you, Harris. Realnor, I will accept your autonomy. You four have proven yourselves to have Altera's best interest in mind. I see no reason to believe that you would change that in any way. You
Winnie
are
sticks a finger up in the air and she goes, and Relnor keeps his crossbow.
very well.
Okay.
His dad is.
It will be known that you are
Relnor
no
looks at me and goes, hand crossbow. No, I'm just kidding.
You are no longer members of the Lestrade Navy or military and are not held by its restrictions or are granted its benefits. You are free agents, the heroes of the Four Kingdoms,
Thank you.
and I accept this position until this conflict is finished. Are we in agreement? They all
Fine.
kind of nod their heads.
Harumph.
And that's where we're gonna end this week's episode, everybody.
Ooh.
So
Political intrigue.
holy moly, that was really fun. I don't know. I loved it. I'm sorry.
glad you enjoyed it.
I didn't mean to do the long talk where everyone's sharing.
No, but it gave us an idea of
But-
what kind of where everyone was. And
I
what was
wanted
going
to
on.
try and give you guys as much context as I could.
Mm-hmm.
I'll wait for the post show to see.
So I'm really excited. Yeah, I want to talk.
Get into.
I want to talk through Eric where your mind was in the post show. But anyway, thank you everyone for listening. 3rd episode of season 2. Here we go, baby.
Woo.
I gotta remember that like
Bubba.
Titans didn't even show up until episode 10 of the first season. So
That's
it's like
right.
Oh, that's
it's like
right.
it's so interesting to me, like the pace that these things develop. It's just it's so hard to
Well,
gauge.
technically, I think we saw the
So,
Titan. Oh no, you're right, Titans. We saw
but
the
yeah.
Golem episode before.
Yeah, you
So-
thought we were going to do this in episode 1.
I thought maybe we'd be getting to this by the end of
Yeah.
episode 1.
And then I was like, let's go underground. I'm
Yeah,
a gnome.
I love that though. I love that. And honestly,
I'm a
I
gnome. I
feel
like to be underground.
I feel like that whole adventure gave us some stuff to really dig into between recording sessions now. So like
true.
we've got some stuff to discuss
Yeah.
and to figure out like how you guys want to move forward.
Only made Winnie.
And you have the complete freedom to do that. So very interesting.
Yeah, that was
Did
a
not
great
expect
call
that.
on Rono's part. I
So,
like that.
Anyway, thank you guys, everyone, for listening. This has been so much fun. I can't wait for the rest of the season and everything else to come. So, thank you. And as always, I'm your host and Dungeon Master Joshua. Going around the table, we have
Joan.
Duffin.
Winnie.
Not Captain Relnor.
Yay! I never really be so happy to hear him say
You're
that.
still my captain.
Bye,
Oh,
everybody.
Captain, my captain.